Amazing. I'm happy to be here and I apologize. I've been running late today. 6 minutes. Here we go. We are officially online. Welcome and apologies for running 5 minutes late. I hope you're all well and ready for this daily unity practice. And before we're waiting for the rest of community to join us, let me just remind you that this practice um, used to be given only to people who served for years in the ashrams of India. Because those spiritual practices and any practices to get a human being to the higher level of consciousness wasn't available to all, and masters believed that it will be a waste of time. So they would test their students. They would tell them to clean the floor, wash the dishes, and do all the tasks around the ashram to see how much they are devoted to receive the sacred knowledge. And sometimes it would last for years, like the person who sometimes I call a guru, but he doesn't really believe he is a guru himself. And that person who received this unity practice, he used to serve for years in ashrams to prove that he's devoted to receive that sacred knowledge. And thanks to him, it's been passed today to us so we can gather and we can practice together. So I appreciate your time, your energy input, and it is quite important to participate in this practice. I will do my best to facilitate it today for around 15 minutes. So let's begin. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose and a big, big sigh out through the mouth. Again, breathe in. And a big sigh out. Beautiful. Another deep breath in. Big sigh out through the mouth. Fantastic. And if you can, please close your eyes. I see you said hello, hello, and welcome. Thank you for finding time for this practice. Let's practice it now. Eyes closed unless you're doing something and you need to have your eyes open. And just simply relax your shoulders, relax your face, the space between your eyebrows. Notice how the breath flows in and out through the body as you just simply observe the breath. You're relaxing your face muscles. Relax your eyes and the space around your eyes. In your eyes, all the muscles, all the nerves are now relaxed. On your face, in and around your eyes, in your neck, relax your shoulders, relax your hips, and notice that the breath is there. You're still aware of the breath. And now realize that you're also aware of your thoughts. Notice how the thoughts passing by, what kind of thoughts trying to have a conversation with you, trying to get your attention, and just simply be aware of them. Just as your breath comes in and out, allow your thoughts to just also float by without giving them any energy, by giving them any attention. Eyes closed if possible. Body is already relaxed. Relax your face, relax your eyes, relax your spine. If you can support yourself, then lean against something, the back of the chair, the bed, board, anything else. And now understand that as you are able To watch your breath, that means that you're not your breath. You are aware of your thoughts, but you're not your thoughts. And you're also not your feelings, because again, you are simply aware of them. And now pay attention to any sounds around you, the sound of your breath, the sound of my voice. It might be some other sounds coming from outside. And be aware that you're not these sounds, you're just aware of them. Notice the breath is there, the body is relaxed, and you understand that you're not your thoughts, you're not your feelings, you're not your breath, you're not any sounds or noises that you hear, and you're also not your body. Because if I asked you to show where you are, you would definitely point at, usually people point at the chest or at themselves, but that's the body. If you show me your arm, that's the arm, that's not you. So also have this realization that you're not your body, and you're not your name, you're not your surname, you're not your education, you're not your size, your shape, you're not your weight, you're not your wages or salary. You're also not your bank account or the numbers on the bank account. You're not your fears. You're not your beliefs, any beliefs. And just keep noticing the breath. Be aware of everything that is happening in you, but there is more and more spaciousness created in you. You understand that you're not your wounds, you're not your memories. So don't get attached to any memories or any past right now. Just for a moment, ignore it. And also, don't get distracted by your mind saying anything about the future. And for the moment, drop any expectations of who you were meant to be, any role that you played, anything that was imposed on you. You're not that. So for a moment, you're not a parent if you are, you're not a mother if you are, you're not a business owner or self-employed person or employee, you're not a boss of a company, CEO, or anybody else. Any role that you have played so far, it doesn't matter. Drop it. And for a moment, do not hold any image of you in your mind. And then we dissolved everything, every belief, every construction, and every concept of yourself has been dropped now for a moment. You just notice the breath is there, the body breathes, but there is that freedom, kind of spaciousness, and I feel as I amness. So this I am. Notice that when you say I am, that you're detached from everything that you used to believe who you are, but that I am has got a feeling. It feels in a certain way because every morning you wake up and you know I am. So you know that you exist. So notice for a moment as you carry on being aware of your breath, what is that I am feeling? How does it feel like? Where do you feel it? And just for a moment, pay attention to that feeling of I without M. Feeling I. When I say I, what does it feel like? And for a moment, just understand that you are that. I am. So there is that feeling of you, of your being. Um, you know that you exist right now, you know that you are, but it's interesting to also understand that I am is a being, because am, it defines the existence. But when you look at I, it's just a feeling. Although when you look at I am, it's also a feeling. But when you dissolve am, I remains and that I feels somehow. And it's detached from anything, right? You are pure existence, pure essence of the beingness. Or you can call yourself higher self, you can call yourself divine self, you can call yourself higher consciousness, super high consciousness. It does not matter. So you've just peeled off all the layers, and that's how self realization usually works. If you remain in that feeling, I am, or I even, for a longer period of your life, then everything kind of falls off you, that you are not. And by coming back here daily, you are dehypnotizing yourself from being hypnotized and something that you are not. Hence, there is a lot of suffering, a lot of pain that people are going through. So you can do this daily to let go, to release anything that does not serve you, to free yourself of anything that you got attached into. And now let's focus on this feeling of I am. This I amness is still in you. The breath is there, of course, the body breathes all by itself. And now I want you to just call it one unified consciousness. If you prefer, you can call it somehow else. An infinite consciousness, a super high consciousness, wherever you prefer. But this is what you are. That's the only reality. And that reality that was around you or is still around you, if your eyes are open, you can see it. If your eyes are closed, you're just aware of it, but you don't see it. That's not the reality. That is Maha Maya. That is an illusion. And that's what we know from yoga, we know from Vedic knowledge, like more than 5,000 years ago or 10,000 years ago written. So just for a moment, stay in that feeling of I am and realize that's what you are. You might just feel liberated right now. You might feel delighted with just getting that feeling, wow, now I'm detached from everything. It's beautiful, right? And as that what you are, and you're an incredibly powerful being because you have created the game of life. You are so bored being yourself without realizing what you are, that you came into reality that you have created to play the game, to get to know yourself. So anyways, let's go back to the place where you just know what you are, you have a feeling of that. And from that space, I want you to amplify the awareness of love and kindness many, many times over. And just do it playfully, intuitively, like children do. Trust it's happening and carry on amplifying the vibration of love and kindness million times. 10 million times, 100 million times, and over and over and over, just for another moment. And now I want you to realize that you, as that one unified consciousness, realizing yourself right now on the planet Earth through every person who is doing this practice, and there are many, many people who are doing this practice. So you self realize yourself first, then you realize many people doing this practice. And through every person who is doing this practice, you are realizing yourself in each of them. And then you amplify the vibration of love and kindness many, many times over, and think it might be 1 million people doing this practice. It might be 10 million people doing this practice. It might be 100 million doing this practice, or 1 billion, or even 8 billion people. So continue multiplying the frequency of love and kindness as much as possible without forcing it, without controlling it anyhow, just simply trusting the process, and you'll feel the expansion in your skin, in your body, in every organ of um, the avatar you use for this game, in your body, in your liver, in your kidneys, in your lungs, in your heart, of course. You can feel that love and kindness keep increasing and increasing and increasing and increasing. It's higher and higher and higher, because again, you are playing this game of amplifying the vibration of love and kindness many, many times over, through yourself being one unified consciousness, and then through every single person on the planet Earth. And it keeps increasing and increasing and increasing and increasing incredibly, so you feel the vibration around your body. It's like kind of this feeling of being high, but you haven't used any substance. And that's amazing, because that's exactly how we should feel daily. Amazing, right? And so simple. We didn't do much. We just dehypnotize ourselves from what we are not, and amplify that absolutely potent, powerful, magnificent divine energy. So now we are ready to invite into that field all the people that we love. So think of your beloved ones, think of your partners, think of your neighbors, your cousins, your parents, your siblings. Invite them into this field by just calling their names in your mind, whoever they are, these people who would like to invite. Feel them in this field. Just let them stay here, because they're wrapped up now with a beautiful blanket of highest frequency of love and kindness that we have created. And now invite all the people that you might not like, you might hate it in the past, you still hate, you might be upset with, you might be angry at, you might just haven't spoken to them for a while. And it happens that sometimes we don't talk to our parents, to our siblings. That's life. But now it's the time to invite them into this space. People who hurt you, people like your exes, your bosses, your ex-bosses, your current colleagues, your ex-colleagues, the neighbors that might be noisy. Everybody, invite them into this field. Let's surround them with love and kindness. And if you don't feel yet that love and kindness towards them, don't worry, because the field is doing an amazing job. It just surrounds them with that highest frequency of love and kindness, and anything that does not serve you is dissolved between you and them. Any anger, any hurt, any disappointment, any expectations that you had on them. Very often we're upset with people because we have imposed certain expectations on them. We expected them to do something they didn't do, but we didn't tell them what we want them to do. It's normal. That's how we sometimes behave as a human beings. But of course, as a higher beings, understanding at that higher level of what we are ready to dissolve any conflicts, dissolve anything. And beautiful fact, you don't need to do anything, just let them be in the field. Anybody you can't forgive, invite them into this field. Anybody that you haven't, the dynamic between you and them is not right, not that great. And they will be always people like this. Well, I don't want to say actually always not to program you, but in the most cases of people that I know, including myself, sometimes the people come into our life and they trigger us, and um, yeah, they test us. So now it's the time to invite yourself into this field. Even you are here, I want you to love the person that you are. Give yourself even a physical hug, wrap your arms around your body, and let the field surround you even more with that blanket of love and kindness. So every single cell of your body is vibrating love and kindness. And as it vibrates through every organ in your body, every skin, every limb, all your skin, every hair, it kind of pushes out anything that does not serve you anymore, does not do any good for you anymore. It pushes it out. And we're going to send all the negative energy, all the blocks, and everything that did not serve you into the universal consciousness to be transmuted, transformed, and sent back in a form of love and kindness. So your body now is able to absorb more of it. It's like a sponge. It's just like soaking in the beautiful highest frequency of love and kindness as you feel every cell of your body is now drinking. It's got little mouth and it's drinking the light, love, kindness, balance, harmony, peace, and you're just vibrating all of those beautiful, beautiful vibrations. Your frequency of the body that you use for the game, it's now raises, and also the frequency in your aura changes, all the field around you and everything in you, it goes through you, it flows into every possible direction on this planet, and you can feel that you are vibrating differently. And thanks to this practice, the whole space around you vibrates differently. And along with the space, you can feel that all the trees, the nature around you, the buildings, the cars, everything is vibrating the highest possible frequency of love and kindness, and there is nothing for you to do. It's just your beautiful self came in today, joined the practice, and you are vibrating the highest frequency of love and kindness. And this love, it spreads anywhere you go because you are the highest being who is sharing it with many, many other people. And now we can invite all the animals, all the plants into this space and feel them being surrounded with love and kindness as much as possible. Invite all possible animals, birds, insects, every single animal that is on this planet Earth is surrounded now by love and kindness, the highest frequency possible. And then also invite, like, let's surround all the planet with love and kindness, all the nature, all the seas, all the oceans, all the rivers, all the lakes. Ah, beautiful. So you should vibrate the highest frequency of love and kindness right now, which is absolutely fantastic. I got distracted a little bit by someone saying, put your clothes. And um, I think it's really inappropriate to comment on what I'm wearing. I live in Bali. I wear a top and it's super hot here. I didn't think I should wear anything appropriate. I'm not here for the sake of showing myself up. I'm here for the sake of creating a peaceful environment and create as much peace as possible on the planet Earth. And if you're coming here for any other purposes, then there is no space for you to be and no need to leave all these comments. There is absolutely no need for that. I'm inviting people here who have their heart open, who are looking inward, not at the body. The body is just a vehicle, it's just a vase. Like you put beautiful flowers into the vase, same the God put, or call it universe, put a soul into the vessel. And if it bothers you, just don't come here anymore. And for the rest of you, I highly appreciate you being here. I absolutely love being here daily. I am very committed to this practice because I know it changes people's lives. And most of all, it changes our planet and where we are going, because at the moment the situation is a little bit uncertain, and many people believe that we are powerless, that we can't do anything. And I invite you to change your belief structure. While we're changing our beliefs, we are changing the world around us, and we are changing ourselves. The shift is happening, and I love working with the subconscious mind. I've been passionate about it for the last 8 years, and I also facilitate trainings. If you are called to become a hypnotherapist, reprogram yourself, heal yourself, any wounds, because to come online and even to facilitate this practice, you need to have quite a bit of confidence and be okay with being seen. So if you're not doing this yet, let's say if you would like to become a public speaker, if you would like to create a space where you can gather your community, if you're struggling with social media and you have a lot to say, you would love to change something, like to make this world a more beautiful place, you would like to help more people, then becoming hypnotherapist might be your next profession. I'm calling you in. You can message me, you can connect to me via Instagram or here, and I'll be happy to support you on your journey. Sending you much, much love. I am very, very grateful for you. And please invite more friends, more people, like anybody you know, people you meet on the street. In Bali, it's quite common. We talk to everybody here. In Europe, some people are more open, some people are closed, but the bigger the community is, the better impact we can make. I'm sending you much, much love, and I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. It's 8 p.m. Bali and same time for the Singapore. It's 2 p.m. in Budapest and definitely Berlin, but I've just realized that Portugal is the same time zone as UK, so it's for Portugal 1 p.m. and for UK London 1 p.m. And I know some people are also joining us from the States. Please check your time and what it is. I know that it's morning now. Um, I think in Florida, someone was joining from Florida. Thank you guys. I am incredibly blessed and grateful to have you daily with me. And let me just remind you that you will be changing. Your whole life will be changing because there are so called side effects, the good ones. You will be attracting right people, right situations, great opportunities, synchronicities will be appearing in your life. Your whole life will be changing because you daily practice this unity practice and you change your vibration. And when we're changing our vibration, that it vibrates the highest way possible, the way it actually meant to vibrate, there is no need more to manifest something. Yes, you might need to work on your subconscious mind, and there is a certain belief structures that might be stuck from your childhood. However, this practice is also known for dissolving any karma, and I will be introducing more and more of the practices. You remember a couple of days ago, I was asking you to notice those moments when you enjoy little tiny moments, like you have a sip of coffee and you just that moment is exactly sounds like this. You're like relieved, you're happy, and it doesn't need to be big thing. You don't need to win the lottery to enjoy your life. It could be looking at the sky and watching the clouds. I love doing it in Bali because here the sky is like wow. Or let's say hearing the bird or looking at the plants, having a bit of catching a sunshine on your skin, is just magnificent. There's so many beautiful moments in our lives that we can pay attention to. And I want you to keep focusing on every single moment that gives you pleasure. And as you do it, I want you to inhale and kind of draw it into you. Like, like magnets are drawn to each other. So just feel that, like, invitation of that and acknowledgement along with the gratitude, but it's in the moment of a pleasure. Okay, so find these moments, as many as possible, for another couple of days, and then I will be introducing slowly, step by step, more of a practice so you can practice it. And the practice that I'm going to introduce to you is the practice that is called one breath practice, to make it easy, but in reality is the practice that dissolves all the karma. So trust me or not, just try it and you'll see it by yourself. How your life would change, how you would be reacting differently to situations, how you will be attracting more and more beautiful people into your field. Because when you are in your 20s, in your 30s, you want different things. But when you come to your 40s, 50s, 60s, and like all the years, all the thing you understand you need and want is a peace of mind. And I can guarantee you, by joining me daily, that's what you can achieve. Definitely a peace of mind by doing simply practices that does not require much time. Okay, much love. I see you here tomorrow. Have a beautiful day ahead, beautiful evening, depends where in the world you are. And I appreciate you, I acknowledge you. Thank you so much for your energy, for your support of making this unity practice something that is available to more people so we can change also their lives in the best possible way.